Hey everyone, Odds here. Welcome back to the channel. I've got a pretty interesting game for you guys to check out. I'm still trying to work on making the Void Eye a viable option here. And we were playing a tournament game here, so I was actually up against Woot, one of the strongest players that I have really played against. I think this was in the European tournament on the weekend. Anyways, I've got nothing to lose in these games, so I say, all right, let's give it a go. Let's put the Void Eye in. Like, typically if I was to play like a straight up game or something against a player like Woot, I'm at a pretty big disadvantage, right? I'm not as strong of a player. So I feel like you have to throw some curveballs. You got to kind of take some risks, and maybe, just maybe, it can pay off. And if it doesn't, you know, you're probably going to lose a straight up game anyway. So worth a shot. I picked a quick supply spec. This is the spec that I have been finding the best luck with a Void Eye start, or if not starting with Void Eye, yeah, with the Void Eye start. So with it, you can throw down either sledges or tarantula, and I find when you start with the Void Eye, you have a really bad chaff clear problem. It's incredibly difficult because these units are terrible to start. The techs for this game are range, electromag, charge shot, and aerial mode. And we start off and we have an asymmetrical aggro going on. We have a fire badger spec also for Woot. So I'll skip through this round pretty quickly here, but we do get this tower timing, good for our tarantula, and we are able to win the first round. Excellent, excellent. Okay. So now heading into round two, what are we going to do? We've got mobile, assault, stormcaller, deploy, and extended range arc. Deploy is pretty good for being able to move around, for example, at tarantulas or any of the other units that you need to move. But it's not good enough for me. I vote for skipping. Get the extra $50. So now we've got no chaff, but yeah, my idea was, so round two, this aerial mode cost 150. So lots of players are going for the Phoenix in round two. And I thought, well, Phoenix is like it costs 250 to unlock. That's $250. But if you start with a Void Eye, it's only 150 to get aerial mode. So it kind of like fills a fairly similar role. So I think you can get away with it. So with the Void Eye, yeah, it's 150 and round two, right? So that leaves you with 300. And then you can get, two crawlers or whatever, and like an upgrade or something. Did I get an upgrade? I don't recall. You can't click on it when it's busted. But yeah, so here we go. We have the Void Eye, but unfortunately it looks like we just barely don't do it. Or actually, there we go. Here's a tip for you. So the level 1 Phoenix against level 1 Void Eye. Void Eye leaves it with a sliver of health, so I'm going to check the upgrade, because I think if I get that upgrade, then it would have one shot. Maybe that's what needs to happen in round two then. So this is a great pickup for me. 4 squads of hounds. It fixes my chaff clear. Yeah, okay, so I didn't get the attack enhancement. I upgraded my tower. That's what I did with the extra 100. All right, let's slow this down a little bit. So I'm looking to, slow the game up. I want to drop some oil down, slow down the push, and, cover my flanks with the hounds. Make sure that the chaff, like if the crawlers are running in first, then they're going to die to the hounds. And I have my tower up at level 3 now. And we're trying to slow him down. We want to get this tower quickly, or more quickly than him, or similar timing or whatever. so that our Void Eyes can wrap around and we can get some work done with that. So Wu goes for the Fire Badger flank. These are always very scary. Right, he's the Fire Badger spec, so he can do it whenever he wants. Yeah, and he picks the Sandworm. A pretty scary unit, but it doesn't shoot up, so not the worst. One of our Void Eyes actually turns around to deal with this, so that's really useful for us. I find sometimes, like, when you deploy it, one of them will often go back, even when it's like way up here. So I don't know if there's something weird with the like pathing, or maybe not the pathing, but like the direction that the Void Eye is facing. It just seems to like turn around a lot. It's kind of weird. But yeah, okay, so here we go. This round, not so good for us. Leap Ball, Rhino, Extended Range, Phoenix, and Smart Marksman. I am a big Rhino Assault enjoyer. I don't remember what I pick here. Oh, you know what? I think I go for the Steel Ball. The rank 3 Steel Ball is a pretty lucky answer for the problem that I'm dealing with here, the Sandworm. So that is what we go for. I can pick up this Steel Ball, plop them down here, and then should be able to deal with the Sandworm when it gets onto my side. We do get a level up with the Void Eye. And one cool thing about the Void Eye too is it's pretty good at dealing with the flanks. You know, it's aerial, it won't get targeted, and it can deal with like the Fire Badger, like medium-sized units. It can also deal with the Phoenix, providing the Phoenix doesn't shoot them right away. So a pretty cheap way to defend your flanks, so I actually do it on both sides here. Wood is a known aggressive player, so I want to make sure we have our bases covered. So we get this lock-on onto the worm, and thankfully we get to kill that. On the side flank here, looks like we are doing okay. These Steel Balls, unfortunately, are dying to these crawlers. But we get a tower. So if we can just fix our chaff clear here a bit, we'd be able to get a lock onto the Sandworm, and that would be really good for us. We actually do manage to fully defend our flank there. We get the tower now. And we've got enough stuff. As long as we shoot the Phoenix, we're good. Yeah. So there we go. That was a level 1 Void Eye one-shotting a level 1 Phoenix because we had the +1 attack. So that's a good breakpoint to know. Alrighty. Extended Range Vulcan, Advanced Defensive, Nuke, and Advanced Shield. Who goes for the skip? And I think we're going to probably skip as well, or possibly the shield. Yeah, okay. Okay, what are we looking at here? We got a couple level ups. We need to get some way to deal with the flank, or sorry, the chaff over here. A couple of hounds isn't good enough. Still deciding. I got $1,000. Also, now that these Phoenix are warped in, it's debatable if this is going to work how we want. Plus, the Fire Badger's got to level up. Taking my time here. Another ball. What did we do? We maybe had run out of time a bit. Oh no, I think I got, yeah, another Void Eye here, another Void Eye in the ball. So we don't have an answer to this chaff problem just yet, but we do have the extra ball to try to deal with this sandworm. I think that's what we were trying to do here. But we are getting overrun by the crawlers. So I find sometimes in these like circular sort of games, sometimes it's not good to actually like buff up like your defense, and it's better to like put all your units together so that when you kill this and you come around and you can, your whole blob, like you got a death ball basically. You deal with half of the army and then the other half of the army. Okay, we've really just got to kill these Phoenix and we're looking good. Looks like we got this like hit squad of Void Eyes. Unfortunately, we don't get the lock-ons that we need. Intensive training, missile spec, mass-produced sandworm, and smoke bomb. And missile strike would be good for trying to hit the Phoenix. Or smoke bomb. Yeah, missile strike, okay. Yeah, missile strike here. We can kill some of the chaff as well as the Phoenix. And then we get range on the ball, so we stay out of the range of the sandworm. So when the sandworm attacks, it's not going to hit the ball, hopefully. We are perfectly capable of defending this flank. We is now throwing down a wasp for air chaff, trying to help against the Void Eye. Now we've identified the problem with the chaff over here, so throw down some more hounds, range on the hounds. Should do a better job of clearing the crawlers. Some wasps over here too, and another arc light. Missile, try and deal with these sledges. Okay, so let's see here. Missile goes down, we damage 3 of the Phoenix, but they don't die. Looks like our flank on the side is being dealt with. We've got range on these balls. They're able to kill that sandworm, no problem. Some of our Void Eyes are coming over here and these balls as well. We're getting some damage in on the Phoenix, but we're not able to deal with that sandworm. We do have a range now on our Void Eyes. Just trying to stay far away from the Phoenix so we can gun them down from a distance. And we get a great tower timing there. No range on the Phoenix. And yeah, now look at this. We've got air superiority. Air control, we can kill everything. And we just need, what do we need? Charge shot? Come on. Okay, there we go. Okay. So far this game has been going okay. I've been keeping up. But this is where things go tragically wrong for me. I am not quite sure what to do here. And I thought that the problem would be the Phoenix. And so, and also the sandworm, right? So, and I thought, you know, he was probably going to go for Fort. The Fort AA is like, oh man, it shuts down the Void Eye so completely. It's really unlucky that this was a drop. But my thought was, okay, well, if he's going fort, then I give forts as well, and my forts can gun down the sandworms and forts or whatever. And at the same time, I'm going to throw down a steel ball. I'm going to try to kill a tower faster so that my forts will kill whatever's coming in. That was my game plan. But you'll see that it doesn't quite go as I had envisioned. Unfortunately. However, I am going to do the replay after and redo this round, and I'll show you what I should have done instead. So I realized my mistake right away, and yeah, well, you'll see what happens in a sec. Throw in the oil too. Like, this is... I thought this was okay. We get the tower, we get a bubble, we get the oil, we get the force, we get the AA on the birds, but the Phoenix, they're level 3, so the AA doesn't really work. Slow everything down. We unfortunately get missiles on our steel ball. Our steel balls are too slow. We didn't click high mobility, unfortunately, either. And we just get absolutely steamrolled here. All of our stuff dies before we can get the tower. And yeah, these anti-air barrage, it does so well against the Void Eyes. But like, I don't want to put the tech, the like shield tech. It seems kind of bad. Like, there's electromag armor seems good. Charge shot seems like it could be decent sometimes, and like these other techs are like really important. I don't know, maybe not range, I don't know. It's tough. They have that other, like, maybe actually instead of range, then you get the ability that lowers the range of your opponent. Maybe that would be an idea. But yeah, I get absolutely smashed here. Totally smashed, unfortunately. So I'm going to replay this in a second, and we'll see what I could have done instead. Okay, so my problem that round was actually my chaff clear. So, whoa. Okay, so we picked the Vulcan. We can throw that down here. We had our oil coming up off cooldown that round, so it was perfect timing for a Vulcan. So we'll do that. We also want to bait out the anti-air, so we're going to throw that up here. We want speed, range, we'll take everything. We actually want charge shot. We can missile that, because it's a level 1, it's going to slow us down. And we still want this ball. We can put it here, we can sell that because it's not doing anything. We want our mobile beacon. We want to kill this, and then we want to come from behind, killing the other tower. Okay, next, we can throw down a missile interceptor over here. Try and block any missiles. We can upgrade this guy, because it looks like he's coming in on the side. And then if we want to, we can throw down another missile interceptor. And let's see how this does. There's forts. We do get missile twice, so this didn't do anything actually. Fire goes off. We get some good locks with our balls. There goes the tower. These Void Eyes are actually doing a lot of damage here. Oh, just barely not enough. But we do get that fort doing some damage here, and we get our Void Eyes stay alive, and now we get the tower. We can swoop around from behind, and our other Void Eyes are coming in. It's looking pretty good. Oh. Well, all the giants are dead, and just one Phoenix remaining. That was so much better so much better than the last time. The only difference that we could have made perhaps is if we had this like maybe behind the balls or something to actually hit the missile. Maybe would have had the tower a bit faster. Could have helped a bit. But yeah, we lost like what, 3,000 or something damage. And then this round we only lost to 1 Phoenix. So huge difference. So guys, remember chaff clear, chaff clear, chaff clear. And also the anti-air on the fort is like super strong against Void Eye. So you've got to bait it out. You've got to have missile interceptors or something. So if we were to take this into further rounds to keep playing this game out, I would probably be looking at getting maybe Mustangs with anti-air tech on, not anti-air, with anti-missile tech on the Mustangs to try to shut down these fort missiles. The Mustangs also do pretty well against the random crawlers and stuff. So providing that they don't lock onto the sandworms, which the sandworms aren't really living for very long with these balls. So I think that might be a good choice to try out in future rounds. And yeah, probably not do the electromag armor. It doesn't do anything against the anti-air barrage because all the barrage is out by the time it hits, and then when it disables the tech, it doesn't matter because all the missiles have been launched. It would do something if he went for barrier. Then it would turn off the barrier. The anti-air would come out, it would turn off the barrier, and you could, you know, kill him while the barrier is down for 5 seconds or however long it is. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any other ideas of ways that we could have maybe played this, let me know in the comments and I'll try it out. Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what your thoughts are on these games, and if you like to see these kind of replays where we try to figure out what we've done wrong and work on our game. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.